Welcome to the Handheld Chronicles. This is a gaming podcast where my co-host and I take some time to play a handheld game and then we share our thoughts. My name is Jameson.
I'm Evan.
And this is episode 4. Little conversation starter. What video game has the best soundtrack, in your opinion?
The best soundtrack. For some reason, the video game's soundtrack that gets stuck in my mind all the time is Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U.
Interesting.
Don't ask me why, but if you ask me to name a Mario tune, it is the 3D World's main theme.
Just on that Super Bell Hill.
Super Bell Hill. It's just, don't know why, but that is just the iconic video game soundtrack. I listen to other video game soundtracks just for studying. What is it? I think it's Sekiro is the game I listen to. Could be wrong. I also listen to Horizon Zero Dawn soundtrack just to study to, because it's just kind of instrumental back in the background. There are some games where the soundtrack is just too iconic, you can't study to it. Zelda music is really good, but gosh darn it, I'd be randomly studying and be like, oh, it's Kakariko's theme. Gotta vibe out to this real quick.
So even then you'd say that 3D World is better than any other Zelda game, for you at least?
It's just the one I name off the top of my head instantaneously.
Okay.
If you ask me to name a video game song, that's the tune that comes to my head. The name of a song I know is the Crimson Loftwind, because that used to be the song I'd study to, was the Skyward Sword soundtrack. And then I played Skyward Sword, and then I can't listen to it as a study soundtrack anymore.
Come on, man.
There's
Super Mario Galaxy. That's my pick. There's barely any misses in it. It's so good that they brought back so many of them into the second game. It's so good that they brought in Gusty Garden Galaxy into the credits of the Mario movie, even though there is no indication of Super Mario Galaxy in that whole movie.
The default Super Smash Bros. Mario theme is Gusty Garden.
It's so good.
Hilarious.
And that's not even the only banger. It's got so many good hits.
It does. I'm with you. Mario Galaxy is fantastic. I don't know. Have you listened to the Hollow Knight soundtrack or Silk Song at all?
Not really, no.
Highly recommend it. I find them both to be phenomenal soundtracks. They're great. Just off the top of my head, those are the songs that I'm like, oh, these are great.
Fair enough. So, Evan, what game are we talking about today?
Today we're discussing Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon.
Overview.
I feel like it should be The Dark Moon, but it's just Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon.
Okay, what's the best title? Just Dark Moon? Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, not just Dark Moon, sorry. Luigi's Mansion, The Dark Moon, or Luigi's Mansion 2?
I'd probably go with The Dark Moon, because I feel like you can just refer to the game as that, instead of going Luigi's Mansion 2 or Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. You could just go, The Dark Moon as a video game. It works. You've got Batman The Dark Knight Rises and Batman The Dark Knight. Never ever heard somebody call it Batman The Dark Knight. It's always The Dark Knight. So I feel like you just go, you've got Luigi's Mansion, you got The Dark Moon, and then you've got Luigi's Mansion 3, which I feel like they should have come up with a better name for that than just Luigi's Mansion 3. But
fair enough.
It all depends upon the context. Knowing that Luigi's Mansion 3 exists, Dark Moon should 100% be called Luigi's Mansion 2.
Yeah, definitely.
But if I had to change everything, I would have called Luigi's Mansion 3 something to do with Gooigi. I don't know, just not Luigi's Mansion 3. I would have given it an extra title on there.
Interesting. So, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is an action-adventure game released on the 3DS in 2013. It is a sequel to the first game on the GameCube. The player controls Luigi as he has to collect shards of the Dark Moon, defeat King Boo, and save Evershade Valley with the help of Professor Egad. So, You don't really need any information from the first game, since that one also just throws you right into things.
Yeah.
You don't even need to know who Professor Egad is. He just shows up in that game too. Like, it's very beginner friendly.
He shows up, randomly teleports you into his office.
He's a criminal. He straight up kidnaps Luigi and forces him to help.
He's like, Luigi, welcome. Glad to see you're here. Luigi, what's happening? Oh, well, I pixelized you, sent you over the internet, and popped you in over here.
Yeah, he is very much an interesting character, and I love him so much for it.
He's great.
And his design is just top notch.
It's very good.
Gotta love it.
He cackles maniacally every time he's got a voice line. It's great.
So true. So, the story this time around is that Professor Egad has just been studying this ghost-infested valley, but they're all peaceful until Kimbu comes along and destroys the Dark Moon, which is what lets them stay sane, I guess. So
Prevents them from going on an evil murderous rampage.
Yeah.
But they're not like murderous, they're just like tricksters, and
Yeah.
like they randomly steal buttons and gears and thingamajiggers. No.
Yeah. So, now all you have to do is just go from the first mansion, because for whatever reason, once it's destroyed, a bunch of fog rolls in as well. Oddly convenient.
Very convenient.
And-
Suspiciously so.
Yeah, so as you slowly start to collect the shards, the rest of Evershade Valley will be able to be lifted from the fog, and you'll just go from mansion to mansion. There's a total of 5 mansions in the game, and yeah, pretty straightforward stuff.
Gameplay.
It's your standard Luigi's Mansion gameplay. You've got the vacuum on the triggers. There's no real good distinction between when you're pulling stuff in and blowing it away. There's like, it doesn't animate it very well compared to the other ones. But if you've played the games, you know what's happening. Right side is you
You're
use
pretty
your
much
vacuum.
always going to be sucking anyways. Like,
Yeah.
there's only very few, like, puzzle purposes you would do the
the blow.
blowing.
Yeah.
So,
And then, because it's on a DS, you don't have a second joystick. So looking up is X on the X on the buttons, and looking down is B on the buttons, top and bottom, respectively. And that worked out very well, very
yes,
nice.
absolutely. I liked that.
Um,
And also, like, minor adjustments. You did have tilt controls if you needed it, if you just had to look up a tiny bit, but most of the time I would definitely use the
the
X.
buttons, yeah.
It's there, which is very nice.
Yeah. The only thing I wish it had is when you turn on your vacuum, you can't spin in a circle. You're stuck in whatever direction you were facing.
Mm-hmm.
It usually became a problem with the flashlight instead of the vacuum. Because if it's the vacuum, I just press the vacuum and then, turn it off, switch around, turn it back on. But when the flashlight, you have to charge it up to shine and hit all the ghosts so you can vacuum them up. But if I'm accidentally looking slightly too far to the left or to the right, I'm like, well, you have to waste the flash, turn around, look at the ghost, re-hold it, and then wait for it to recharge a second time, and then hit him with the blast.
True.
So that'd be one thing I'd add in, but other than that, fantastic controls.
Yeah, like for transitioning from a GameCube controller to just a handheld, they did pretty well. I agree.
It fits perfectly, all the buttons make sense. It works. I like how the lower screen is just your mini-map. You can interact with it and take a look at which collectibles you've gotten, which rooms have important information and details you've got to take a look at, what quest you're working on specifically. I'm not sure if quest the right word. You're in the mission, he tells you, you got to go do this activity. If you go complete that activity, another problem arises and he wants you to go do that activity. And it just tells you which one you're working on and which things you might have missed extras floating about there. Let's discuss how it's different from the other Luigi's Mansions. Have you played any of the other ones?
I've played the other two, yeah.
Okay. I've only played the third and now the Dark Moon. Still haven't. We're doing reverse chronological order. We'll hit number 1 eventually. If you watched last episode, turns out I don't have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I had regular Luigi's Mansion.
Even better.
Thought it was Dark Moon for some reason. Oops. Okay, so in the Dark Moon, instead of, you get the one big, huge mansion. We discussed how you've got 5 smaller mansions. But you also do levels instead of just go into the mansion, explore, find everything, collect all the stuff.
Yes.
And then, find King Boo somewhere at the top of the mansion usually, and then fight him. In this one, it's you go throughout the mansion, you explore the same mansion, I want to say probably 6 to 7 times.
So there's each one, I think there's one that has a smaller amount of levels, but I guess that would make 4 out of the 5. They have 5 levels and then 1 boss level.
Okay, so it's just the 6 levels in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it allows you to get a whole lot more in depth with the mansion maps. I enjoyed that. Things I didn't enjoy, because you have to explore it in levels, there are chunks of the mansion that they just lock off until it becomes relevant to the plot.
Yeah, I did notice that too, where it's like you could enter this one room on the first chapter or the first mission, and then the next few missions later, there's just a random plant in front of it. And it's like, nope, you can't go in there anymore just because we're trying to guide you to where you're supposed
to go. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I enjoyed that or not. It was incredibly convenient playing it on the DS. I know that's been like a big complaint if you're playing it on a console. Is like you keep on going in and out of the levels. But each level, if you try to speedrun it, 10 minutes max. If you're actively looking for like collectibles and stuff, you can spend upwards of an hour in the level. Don't know why you would do that. The longest I spent 30 minutes, and I was just making sure I grabbed every single little gem because I opened up the entire mansion on that one level and nothing was blocked off. And so I was like, nope, we're doing it. We're doing the whole loop-de-loop, go around ever, collect everything.
Yeah, the collectibles are why I don't like that they cut off some areas, because on one hand, it is very big, very convenient for the player. It's like, oh, okay, that's blocked off. I don't even have to worry about that room. I don't have to search it for anything whatsoever. But on the other hand, if you are wanting to collect those gems and a room is locked off and there's a gem in there, you could potentially miss it unless you come back to it when it's opened up. So
later on, yeah.
Could be a problem, but
I mean,
I don't know if it's the right call or not. It worked. It was fine.
The game wants you to revisit levels. Like, you don't unlock the Boo mechanic until like level 4 of the first mansion, where then you learn there is a hidden Boo in each of the levels in the mansion. You have to go find them throughout every level. And because it's on a handheld, it was so easy just to pick up the game, turn it on, and then pick any level and go quickly play through that. Compared to, if it was a big campaign, like the third Luigi's Mansion game, where there is no real good place to stop and pause the game.
True.
You just, call it where you're at, and you'll figure it out where you're supposed to go later.
Yeah, I think that's what the first game really did best in, is like, once you complete a room, it gives you a key, you can save, and then on the map you can see, oh, hey, you have a key for this room, you can go in now. So there was always the idea of, oh, that's where I'm supposed to go next. But here, I definitely see what they were going for, where it's like trying something new since it's on a handheld now, so let's try to make it so that you are encouraged to play the game in just short bursts, basically.
Yeah.
So, pick up the game, do a chapter or a mission, whatever, replay a mission, and just do those small chapters until you are done for the day, I guess. But
yeah,
I definitely don't think I hear that's what a lot of people complain is like the thing that kills the game for them, but I think it works, honestly. It's not bad. It's not great, though.
Yeah. Yeah, just because it's on the portable handheld, I feel that's what makes it just work. Because on the handheld, they definitely don't have the memory to just load all the mansions at that one time.
For sure.
And so it just, I feel like it's great. Just the little snippets. It was definitely designed to be on the handheld and used that way. They came out with the HD one for the Nintendo Switch.
Very interesting decision. I feel like they could have done like a bundle with the first game.
I've got hot takes on that matter, but it makes sense
What?
for why Nintendo did that the way they did.
What's wrong with the first game bundle idea?
Oh, that's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nintendo has just not been releasing much new content lately, and so they've been re-releasing their old games. And so the reason they didn't put it in a bundle is because next year, probably this Halloween, I'm expecting Luigi's Mansion 1 for the Nintendo Switch HD.
Yeah.
So they're going to release it later. Like, they did a bundle of Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, but Galaxy 1 is already on the Switch.
Yep.
So it's just Galaxy 2.
Yeah. How did you do against the Three Sisters fight?
The Three Sisters in the graveyard?
The graveyard, yeah.
Okay. Incredibly easy.
Okay, I got my butt whooped the first time because I didn't realize that you could use your flashlight on the bat that swings by to get some more health, and I kept getting hit, and they do 20 damage per hit, so I had 5 hits and then I died. And because it's so far into the mission, you had to start the whole thing over. And that just pissed me off. I got so mad I just turned it off for the day. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, this isn't even a hard game. I just couldn't figure it out for a brief moment.
Yeah.
I got it the second time, but still, it's like, are you serious? Like,
No, that...
I hate it. Like, why do you have to start the whole mission over? If it's going to be a longer mission like that one, which is another issue, the mission lengths felt very inconsistent.
They were inconsistent.
Like, a small checkpoint would have been nice, especially for just a mini boss like that. I mean,
Yeah, that would have been great. Now, I did not struggle a whole lot with the Three Sisters. I thought you were going to go into, like, they're all carrying mirrors, and it was ridiculously hard to hit them with the stun. Because
it wasn't hard. I just couldn't figure out the puzzle.
Some of the ghosts were really annoying to try to get the flashlight to hit them. Specifically, the guys with the shovels. Not sure what was up with them. They were surprisingly difficult. Don't ask me why. Couldn't figure it out. But no, yeah, the Three Sisters fight, it was surprisingly easy. I'd usually walk into the top left-hand corner of the room and get them stuck there. And just, make sure you don't lose control of them as you're pulling them in with the vacuum, and then every time you got the A button to do a slam, you hit that button every time, and you just take away a good chunk of their health. I was surprised. Like, most ghosts in that level had like 10 health, and they're like, we've got 130.
Yeah,
and
it was like one was 50, then another was 100, and then 150.
Yep.
It was interesting.
I was like, whoa, we jumped up real fast.
I think the only like actual gameplay change I would have made was the black light, because in Luigi's Mansion 3, you can just hammer that black light and whatever, but in here, for whatever reason, like, sure, it's the first time they brought in the black light, but if you have it going for too long, it'll overheat.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that. You're not going to be using it in battle, with the exception of Boo's, which there's only one in each level, so it's not even going to be that big of a bother.
No.
So it was just...
I think that's the thing they realized and made it a quality of life upgrade. I would have thought you'd go with the coin system they've got going on, and like those goals.
I kind of liked them.
They were nice, but I don't know. I kind of wish it was a shop. Hot take on the matter. Because, like, it's like, reach 2,000 coins. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And then I get there, and it was very nice to, like, your vacuum's upgraded. Your flashlight's upgraded. Your UV light's upgraded. I was like, oh, those are nice, but I don't know. It's probably fine. I was just like, you know what? I would love, I don't use this UV light a whole bunch. I would love, like 6 vacuum upgrades. Like, keep on eating the ghost and you're like, yoink, yoink.
Yeah.
Get better at that, but no.
I
It
would only be down for a story if they brought in the like gold bones from the third game, where it just revives you after you die.
You could find the gold bones floating throughout the.
Yeah,
But I think they were worth like what, 1,000
yeah,
gold?
just worth money.
Yeah, just money. Shame. I like Polterpup. He was great. You got to see him in episode 1, level 1.
Yeah, you only like see him though. It's like chapter 2, like late in chapter 2, where he actually has a more prominent role.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap! Like now you're showing up. It was very weird.
They teased him at the beginning, and then they brought him in. The bestest boy. Lots of love, lots of snuggles. He didn't get enough love in the third game.
It's true. He was great.
Quality.
I thought it was great, you know?
Yeah, I mean, of course we have to change our set of minds since we've done nothing but DS games, so we're moving on to a more powerful system with the 3DS.
Yeah.
But I was kind of blown away.
It looked fantastic.
Yeah. They've got wind physics going on with everything. You got leaves and all this stuff going on.
Yeah, no, it looked great. I would not complain about graphics and looks and like the physics system in this game. It was great. It worked. It was fantastic, you know?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this is probably one of the best looking 3DS games.
There
was nothing I could...
It was fantastic right there.
Okay, I do have one complaint, is that some of the puzzles, there was one in the first chapter mission that I was struggling so much with, and it's just because I was playing in a lit room. Like, this game is best played in the dark, because otherwise you're going to have a hard time seeing some things, no matter how bright you turn your DS up. Like, how was I supposed to know that I had to pull a flippin' tassel to get the elevator going up
and down? Yeah.
Because I couldn't see the tassel for the life of me, so I'm just going into every room open, sucking whatever I can, and I found like 3 gems in the process. I get excited,
You know what?
and then that shows up, and I'm like, that's not what I needed, though. Like, appreciate it, but...
Yeah. Yeah, it is meant to be played in a darker room. You just brought that up, and I was like, I was laying in bed one night playing this, and I did not turn down my 3DS brightness, and I turned it on, and it's just like, it's blinded me! Just the way it is. But yeah, no, it is a spooky game, and it definitely puts you in the mood for Halloween, and it's fantastic. So,
yeah.
It was great.
The music quality is pretty dang good, too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't, like, remember any of the tunes like I do for the other games, but...
It's the Luigi's Mansion
It's only my
theme.
first time playing it, so fair enough, but...
Yeah.
Still good music. Puts you in the mood for things.
It does. Yeah, nice and spooky, easily recognizable. I was playing it, had the music on, no headphones, and my brother walks in, he's like, oh, you're playing Luigi's Mansion? So yeah, no, music was fantastic, distinctive, sounded great, fit the mood, fit the aesthetic. I don't know, nothing much else to say. Fantastic.
For sure.
Ranking.
Do you want to start? Because I am still kind of on the fence with what I want to score it.
I'd probably... It was fantastic. It was a great game. I will 100% return to Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. So I'd probably give it a 6 or a 7, because we're rating it at a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably give it a 6.
Six.
Solid 6, because we don't do decimal points.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really I can complain about. It looks great. It plays great. The mission system works. But compared to the rest of the 3DS library, I don't know how motivated I'd be. Like, I'm definitely going to finish the game at least, because it's great.
Yeah.
I gotta experience all the way through at least once. But after that, I don't know if I would come back to it the same way I would for other games. But taking everything into account, originally I had it at a 5. Like,
Okay.
a little better than average, but I'm gonna give it a 6 as well.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. I'm trying to think of, like, what games from the 3D library do I actively return to? And this is falling right into that list. Yeah, no, this game I'd return to more frequently. It's a Halloween game. It's short. I'd probably see myself doing it once every 3 years minimum, because I'd probably be rotating between the third game, the second, and the first, just in that Halloween season.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Thrown a
played through-
Castlevania or two.
I think the first Luigi's Mansion is probably my most played through game from start to finish. So I know that game so well. I can do it in one sitting. I've done it before, and I love doing it so much. But I don't know if this would get to that level. But I definitely agree with you. I could see myself like pulling this up during Halloween.
Yeah, it is that game, and it fits the season, and it's fantastic. It's one of those like I play a Castlevania game every Halloween. Doesn't matter if I've played the game before. It's just the aesthetic. It's the mood. You just got to do it. I play a Luigi's Mansion game ever since the third one came out. I got it for that Halloween season. Me and my brother played it co-op the entire story, and then ever since then, every Halloween we play Luigi's Mansion 3. Just because. And so I was like, this year I was like, oh, I'm gonna do Luigi's Mansion on the DS because I had it. I thought it was the Dark Moon. Apparently I was wrong, but I now have both, so doesn't matter. I'll play through both of them on this Halloween.
There you go. So, that means that Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the 3DS gets a final score of 6 out of 7. But we're going to set it aside so we can spin the Wheel of Destiny in order to see which game we'll be playing next. Okay, we're taking a step back from the 3DS and returning once again to the regular DS library.
Whoa.
Going back in time to 2008, where there's a particular toy brand that got a DS game made after it. And I'm sure
Skylanders.
I wish. Skylanders was 2011. I know that for a fact. But I'm sure you've never heard of them, but for the next chunk of time, we'll be playing through Go-Go's Crazy Bones, Go-Go Crazy.
What?
Yeah, I won't spoil. I'm not gonna. There's nothing to really spoil, but I'm not gonna tell you how it really plays. But it's an interesting game for sure. Whether it's good or bad, I guess we'll find out. It's been a long time since I picked it up, so we'll find out next time on the Handheld Chronicles. Thank you all for listening, and until next time.
Until next time. We'll see you then.